Hi, I'm Joel Bond, and these are my lockdown life lessons brought to you from Greece. I'm coming at you today from inside the ruins of an old leprosy hospital built here on the island. It was constructed in the 1890s to serve a growing number of infections here in the Aegean Sea. It was originally financed by local monasteries, actually. It was named a Lazar house. It's a word that's still used in a lot of languages today around the world. A term that's named after Saint Lazarus. If you're familiar with the biblical account, Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. What you may not know, however, is that Lazarus is Hebrew or Aramaic for God is my help. The people who lived inside this place, inside these four walls, well, they were isolated, locked down, quarantined, feared for their highly contagious disease that they had. As a result, they ended up developing a bit of their own society. They had their own money, they survived off donations. It was by no means a glamorous existence, but monastic and beautiful in its own way. Simple as a lifestyle. Well, leprosy is no longer the feared contagion that it once was. Modern medicine has really seen to that. But as these ruins attest, isolation and quarantine, well, is an effective deterrent. And one that, well, doesn't have to last. In recent days, I've seen on news media and social media outlets this sort of pitting of faith against science. The idea that if you believe in God, well, He'll protect you from all of this, right? There are pastors out there who claim their congregants are ready to lick the floor of the church, or they're going to defy the lockdown and still meet because God is our help in times of trouble. And then there are those who want to be a little bit smart about all of this, and they don't want to go out and get sick. They want to obey the authorities and say, well, yes, let's believe what the authorities are saying and remain in lockdown, which seems as a weakness for some. Oh, you don't have strong enough faith. So when you are a person of faith, it seems like it's a lose-lose situation. That no matter what you do, if you believe in God, well, He'll keep you safe. And if you believe in science, well, surely your faith isn't strong enough. I don't think it's an either-or situation, though. I think it's really a both-and. And this place really attests to that. The fact that this place was built because of faith, because of the divine command to love your neighbor as yourself, to care for the poor, the orphan, the sick, and the widow. It was constructed for that purpose. But also, it was built because of science. Because it's known that, well, contagious diseases are highly transmissible when put in close contact with others. And at that point in time, isolation and quarantine was deemed the most effective treatment. And in many ways, is still the case today. You know, a few days ago I talked about Elizabeth Gilbert and her story about how grace is casseroles. Essentially that a course of practical action is a source of wisdom. Well, I'm kind of hoping that that becomes the case today. The tradition that I grew up in has a saying. It says, some people can be so heavenly minded they're no earthly good. But I think the inverse of that can be equally true. That you can be so down to earth that you forget your higher purpose. I'm hoping that this place here can teach us a lesson, really. One that says that with a healthy balance of, well, practical wisdom and hope in a higher purpose, that our current quarantine days will become a thing of the past, like this Lazar house. And also a lesson in history that says that God is our help when we help others. I hope you're doing well. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.